What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Laser Source Podcast. Number one podcast if you like lenses on your phone. Can you show that again? Show it again.
Cameras?
Yeah. Look at that.
Whoa, cameras got cameras.
That's how you know it's 2025. There's like five different lenses on that camera.
5. Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I haven't gotten to do that yet.
What is it? Do you know the model number off the top of your head?
Galaxy S25 Ultra.
Ooh, that's pretty fancy. It's pretty fancy. It's definitely newer than mine. What kind of phone do you have, Kyle?
iPhone.
Oh, God, stupid. Dumb. Oh, my God. Look, Cheryl is so excited you're here, Rhiannon.
Aw.
She says, Rhiannon, hi.
Hello.
I'm probably going to cough tonight. Heads up. I'm coming down off of a cold, but everybody else is literally sick. Kyle just recovered from a bout of explosive diarrhea. Matt is still in the middle of his explosive diarrhea he had last week, which is how I begged Rhiannon. I was like, please come on the show tonight. So I'm not just talking to myself because that is the worst.
Kyle's here.
And she agreed. Kyle's here. Kyle's like 40% here, which is pretty good. We got a ton of people in chat tonight. So before I thank our sponsor, Johnson Plastics Plus, I'm going to roll through the list real quick. Laura was first. Thank you, Laura, for always being here. Laura's paying attention. We got Smoke Show in second and Bronson in third. What's up, Bronson? I feel like I haven't seen Bronson. Oh, and Yuri gets honorable mention here, number 4. Oh, and Resin, of course. Come on, Cheryl. 5. Weak. That's weak sauce. We got 3DHP. Lori's here. What up, Lori? Directed Tech. Lots of the common repeating names here. Crystal Zicki. I love that one. Welcome back, man. And everybody's chatty today. We got Mike C, M. DeMarco, Jamie Morgan. Oh, from the UK. It's got to be late there, yeah? They're like later than us.
5 hours ahead.
Jesus. Go to bed.
Or 6, maybe.
G. Smith kicking it. Miranda's here, babysitting, making sure we stay out of trouble. And Ian, what's up, Ian? That's a new name. I haven't seen Ian before. So yeah, thank you guys all. Florida in the house. Thank you guys all for coming out for the live show. If you guys are listening to this after the fact, you can catch us live usually on Tuesdays, but today it's Thursday because Rhiannon and I have had quite the busy week. We'll talk a little bit about that a little later on in the show. But first, I have to thank our sponsor, Johnson Plastics Plus, who you're actually going to hear a lot about tonight. So I'm going to keep this short. But if you don't know, Johnson Plastics Plus is the number one place online to get laser engraving blanks. And I mean that sincerely. I've been buying from them since I had a tiny little shop in a garage and never knew I'd have a YouTube channel. And they've just been world class at everything they do. You're going to love the stuff that you get from them. You can find a link down in the description for up to 15% off almost everything in the store. And there is a discount code. It's YLRZDF. Though if that changes, we'll update it down below as well. And when you use that code, it helps support the channel because they're sponsoring us and we get affiliate income when you guys buy stuff at no cost to you. So if you are interested in that, make sure you hit up the description after the show. Go check out all the stuff that Johnson Plastics Plus has. We've been playing with a lot of it lately, have we not?
Yep.
Yeah.
All the Johnson Plastics Plus.
All the Johnson Plastics Plus stuff.
Yeah.
You are wrapping up, I think. What do you think about a tomorrow release? You think
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a really short video, so.
Well, you're here. Tell us about it.
It's travel accessories, AO, and then I try to put some good info about like Etsy stuff selling on Etsy too. So that way it wasn't just doing like the leatherette collection again.
Yeah, I saw you went like hog on that script today. You're like, this can't just be about travel accessories.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's a
little bit of Johnson Plastics Plus stuff, but a little bit of info as well.
If you guys haven't been paying attention, the channel just got a new video where Rhiannon actually does the art prep for like the centerpiece of this episode, which is a passport cover.
Yeah. which I'm gonna steal after that.
Yeah, wait, did you find your passport? Are you gonna bring it to work tomorrow?
I know where it is, but
Nice.
I didn't go looking for
Shall
it.
I put it in your bag or something? Because you've
Yeah,
gotten me excited about that now, and now I really want to see it.
Yeah,
but,
check it out.
It's a passport cover. If you guys like Pokemon, there's a huge Dragonite on the front, and it's like all of these. I think they're pretty vintage looking. You didn't want to put vintage in the script, but
no. I'm going to Japan next month, if people don't know. And so it's a bunch of Japan's stamps from Japan, and I don't know, they have like a pretty big stamp culture there, so I think that they're not necessarily all vintage.
You were saying like they have a stamp culture. Like, are they like stamp collectors, or do they like?
I guess maybe I'm seeing it from like a tourist point of view, but like people like to get stamps at like different shrines and like train stations and stuff, so they just have like big stamp pad at all these like places that you go to, and so people.
It's kind of like when people traveling get like a sticker for the back of their car when they're
right. You can just get stamps everywhere.
Is it like the machines where you put the penny in and it presses it into like a thing?
No, they're like big, like.
Well,
just
no, I know. I'm just like the vibe of it. The point.
Yeah, I guess kind of like that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So
are you going to bring a book specifically for that?
I feel like I would buy one there. I'm hoping that's
fair.
Something that's.
You're going to get like right off the airplane, and there's going to be one right there. And you're like,
probably. I know. I think some of them just have paper so that you can like just collect stamps still.
And
that's my hope, at least.
An interesting like double dip on this could be like when you get back all of the stamps you actually did get, you could engrave onto like a plaque over the trip by. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Because you just kind of like grabbed generic ones, right?
Yeah, I was looking for some, and some are generic, and then there was like one blog where someone like actually had pictures of their stamps. I just kind of stole all of those.
Yeah.
So that's where the Dragonite one came from.
While it is a sponsored Johnson Plastics Plus episode, guys, I think you're really going to like it. You should watch it. Rhiannon walks you through. She does journals. This is all with the, what do they call it? The saddle collection leatherette, which is awesome. So there's like journals. I saw bag tags. You had a passport cover. Yeah,
passport cover, luggage tags, and a journal.
Tags.
Yeah, I thought about doing some patches, but I didn't want to stick them to my own bags.
Yeah, that's fair. And I wasn't going to buy a bag. We had this conversation. I was like, I'm not buying a bag for this episode for us to put a patch on. Though we should do. We bought those heat presses, and we've literally never used them.
That's true.
So
we used it once. And then I also asked... I forget her name, Kelly.
Wait, what did we use? What did we use it for?
It was like a customer bag.
Oh, we did it for like a real
that
job.
Like corner?
Oh, the one where we messed the corner up, and by we I mean you. You messed the corner up.
To be fair, it was like an already engraved or it wasn't engraved, but it was some kind of thing in the corner.
Okay.
And then I used like alcohol to like rub it away, and it looked a little shitty. So.
Yeah, it kind of ate the bag a little bit.
I maybe did it a little too much.
I wish I had time to look for that picture because I'd love to show that. That was some ingenuity.
I probably have it on
my God, send it to me if you have it. I'll put it up on screen.
I'm like mid transferring everything. So
right. I forgot. You're setting up a new phone.
I'll see if I find it. But
we will swing back around to that because that'll be fun. I've been keeping busy too. More Johnson Plastics Plus. So Johnson Plastics Plus is hopping on I don't know. Is this the first year? Did you get the impression this was like the first year?
I kind of did, but I don't do research.
They're doing something called JP Plusfest. I didn't have time to check and see. Do we have affiliate links for that? Do you know?
I don't know if we have affiliate links, but I think we're going to be doing some promotion like after. It's supposed to all be submitted by September 1st. So then
but it's like a week
that,
after
have,
that,
promotion
right?
Stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't either. Keep an eye out. I'll post it places. It'll be on the Discord and on the YouTube channel or whatever. But it's just it's another one of those virtual conferences that have been so popular, especially the last year or two. And our submission, I ironically asked me to do community building again, which I was just asked to talk about on a podcast. I got a lot more into it this time. There's some tutorials on how to actually set up communities online. So I actually walk you through some of the different softwares and websites that you can use. And I talk about a lot of the benefits and, you know, how you should be treating people and what attracts people to join your community. It's a pretty interesting little talk. It's about 20 minutes long, so it's on the shorter side, but it's really dense. I was joking with Rhiannon earlier this week about how I was getting annoyed every time I was talking and I'd breathe in to take a breath in between like sentence sections, and I've been like chopping those out. So it's just like really, really densely packed info. But if you're interested, I think tickets are cheap. This isn't an official announcement. I'm just letting you guys know what I've been working on. They're probably sub $20 to get a bunch of information from a bunch of really smart people. I don't even know the lineup. I don't think
they told us.
We haven't gotten a lot of information about this. They asked us to do it, and I said yes because I felt like I should. So I did. So anyway, just another thing to keep an eye on. And then the Lumos review is done. It just needs to be assembled. So all of the footage is shot, the voiceover is shot, all of the photos have been taken, and you can actually go to the buying guide right now over at makearmy.io and click the little buying guide button, and you can look up the Lumos in the list and see the review I wrote. So if you're interested in reading the review before the video review comes out, feel free to go check that out because it's up. You can see the scoring and everything. And that was literally almost a one-to-one script for the video, though the video, of course, has visuals and that offers its own benefit. So if you're interested in that, I worked a long time on this review to try to give this thing a fair shake despite my grievances. And I think I did a pretty good job. So we've got that. We've got the Reno that needs a final review. We also have the Algo Laser Pixie, which we just barely got to play with before all of this end of the month stuff came up. And
we have more coming.
And we have more coming. What else did we lock in the R2?
And R1.
And R1. We're getting both.
I think so.
That's interesting. I was looking online and I couldn't find anything about an Ortur R1.
Yeah, they sent us like a PDF about it.
Yeah, that's so weird. But like, why would the R2 be existing first?
I have no idea. They look like very different machines from.
They do. They definitely do. And so we've got that en route. Among other, I think there's even more that I'm just not thinking of. There's a lot of lasers. We're getting to Q3, guys, so we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Also, at some point, Rhiannon and I want to sit down, hopefully with Kyle, if we can all be awake at the same hour, and start sketching our outline for LightBurn for Galvo, essentially. It's just going to be the LightBurn Crash Course 2.0. I want to have it all kind of settled in one playlist, and instead of having it separated, there's just so much overlap.
There's very few things that actually aren't overlap, really.
Right. And so the last time I started this kind of endeavor, I went into LightBurn and just started doing things and like recorded videos in the order that I needed them as I was working my way through it. And this time I really want it to have a little bit more of like a structure, especially if we're going to be combining the playlists. So that is something that I want to plan a little more carefully. But when that's done, which should only take a day, it only really needs us to sit down all together one time to get that knocked out. Once that's done, you guys are going to start seeing videos kind of a lot more frequently because they're going to be super short. They're going to be way more granular. There are some episodes from the old Crash Course where we combined 1 or 2 or 3 basic things into like a more intermediate style tutorial. And this time, all of that stuff is going to be broken up into its own videos. So if you're looking for how to do something, you will find a specific short to the point video for just that thing. And again, that kind of requires some planning and structure in order to pull that off. But that stuff will be batch shot and scheduled out. So you guys will start seeing like 2, maybe 3 uploads a week as we start working through that kind of stuff, which I think is really exciting because, right now we're on our heels trying to upload something weekly, and it's exhausting. And I think we all need some time to catch up and get our projects kind of straightened out. And I think the LightBurn Crash Course 2.0 is going to give us the time to do that. So
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I think it'll be good too.
And they'll be like very informative little videos too.
Yeah, our most watched videos ever are the first LightBurn Crash Course, or the LightBurn Crash Course for Galvo,
updates.
And the LightBurn Crash Course for Gantry. That's part of the reason we have to do it, is because it's the shift.
Are so old.
The shift from 1.6 to 1.7 was a big one, and they changed how a lot of things worked in that time. And then with the move to 2.0, it's kind of like a fresh start with their new backend that they're using to like build the graphical user interface. But the changes from 1.6 to 1.7 feel settled. So they're not going to be updating how cylinder correction works anymore. Like that menu's changed like 5 times since I published the Crash Course.
Or the rotary menu too. Yeah.
Or the rotary menu. Yeah. Whatever. It's just an example, but those little tiny things that kind of needed to be ironed out after Galvo was introduced have led to a lot of confusion for people that are trying to follow the guide now. So I definitely think it's a good time to update. We've got a nice, fresh, major revision of LightBurn released. All of the Galvo stuff is kind of settled into where it's going to be. So any kind of major changes that we're going to see are going to be bug fixes or like revisions to how things work, not where they are. And so,
or maybe like new tools.
Yeah, or new tools, right? Which we could just do a new video on. So that is that would put us in a much better position to invest some time into getting that out. So that's kind of the roadmap, guys. It's a roadmap day. I don't know. Matt, again, explosive diarrhea. Kyle's like 40% here. And Rhiannon wants to be literally anywhere else. So we're just
I'm here.
We're just having that kind of day today. Kyle, I think I saw you slapping some stars on some cues on the way down the...
there's one or two.
Yeah. Are they relevant, or are we just jumping off into random stuff?
They're relevant to lasers.
Cool. Well, slap me with it.
Mike says, Kyle, any thoughts about the smaller Maxi? Do you think it would work with the all-in-one Galvos like the Makira?
Was this the Index?
Yeah, what Mike is referring to is the IndexX. So I saw this coming, so I actually pulled up the Facebook images that they posted over on the Maxi Facebook. So let me just share that, and I think this will give a little more context.
I didn't even know there was a smaller Maxi.
It's in pre-order right now, so officially there's not yet, technically, at least not in the hands of people.
When bigger is better.
Yeah. So up here, this is what I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have like the multi-set guide, which is like the 8 little fingers that stick up for aligning stuff, and you can slide them. There's a little ruler along here that you can line stuff up. It's actually pretty slick. And this is smaller. So this is significantly bigger than this. And when I go through, you can kind of see it's that little bit of difference in width makes a pretty significant difference in max travel. And that's where a lot of people, at least the feedback I got from people who were asking about it, that's where they actually had some compatibility problems, because if you have it tucked into a corner or near a wall, or something like that, I mean, you'd be sending the end of this through the wall or tipping your laser off a table by accident by ramming it into a wall.
Sure.
Is not really an ideal situation. So what Ben over at Maxi worked on, I guess, was trying to identify what was still a usable and good functional workspace versus giving up all the workspace to have a little sliding rail, right? And so this was, I guess, the happy medium. It still has the same height. So in reference to what Mike was asking, it has the same height. And my concern with all-in-ones, like the Makira or any of the like the super compact machines or the all-in-ones you can get from like Omtech or Momport or whoever, is typically height. And the reason why is because a lot of those have like a non-typical tower.
Right.
Like the base is not the same as like a split unit. So like you could go on CloudRay or you could go on Alibaba or AliExpress to whoever you got your laser from and order a taller tower if you needed one. But with an all-in-one unit, they don't really do that because they're not designed to be big and expansive and expandable, right?
Right.
So the height is the same. So if you're working with a large lens, that's where you're going to see the biggest problem because now you're putting something up on top. The base of it is now 3 inches higher as a starting point. So if you're rocking like a 220 lens on like a 350 millimeter tower,
sure,
that you might be squeezing a little too tight there.
One thing I will mention is like, and this comes with its own problems, but check and see if you can put your tower on your all-in-one backwards, because then you could aim it off like over the edge of a desk or something. The part where that becomes a pain in the ass is that you have to mount the index on something. So you know, you'll either more of the table if you have that kind of space, and you could put the index like flat down and mount it to the table so that it's straight, or some other kind of rig. You could get away with a lot more if your tower is reverse mountable, but they aren't always. So it's worth checking and then considering how you would tackle the challenges that come along with that.
Yeah. The other thing you could do, I guess, in theory, so if it's too tight and you need the larger lens, so let's say you're marking something that you really need like a 224 or something, right? Like that's the smallest you can go. You're rocking like an 8 or 9 inch something to mark. The best alternative too, if let's say you couldn't mount it backwards, you didn't have the table depth or something, sometimes you can rotate it 90 degrees, work off the side of the all-in-one casing below you, right? It'd be to the right of your work area now. Yep. But now you can't put the index to the side of it without it shooting out into the room or up against the wall or something. So the next best thing you could do, which has actually been a hot topic on the LMA right now, is you can separate the all-in-one unit base from the tower and just mount the tower to your table. So similar to what Alex was saying with mounting it backwards, just mount it to the table instead. You could throw the all-in-one base behind it or underneath the table on like a shelf or whatever and treat it like a split style. If you do that, you might have to look at like the compatibility of how your laser path is mounting to the tower. You might be able to just get away with replacing the tower too, if you're just going to mount it to the table. But
I wonder if in that situation, if you were going to mount it directly to the table, if like those, remember the Wisely prongs that you had that lifted the tower up off of the base?
Yeah, they're the riser legs.
Yeah, like, could that not work for that? It's just machine screws. Either way, at the end of the day, like as long as you got them in the right size, that would be able to give you some serious extra height. Whether we're talking about the all-in-one base or the table.
If it's a tower design that's meant to rotate, the base is actually meant to clamp it to the bed to prevent rotation on a lot of those. So if you just lift it up and put legs underneath it, the tower could just literally slide down around the collar.
Yeah,
and hit the bed anyway. So it depends on the tower you have is really what it comes down to. Sure. I would probably, if it was like the Makira, I'm pretty sure that uses a standard laser path. I would just get like a 5 or an 800 millimeter tower, mount that to the table, and now if assuming you don't need to move the laser,
Right.
That's what I would probably do, because then you get the best of both worlds. And if you ever needed to consolidate size, there you go. Now, if you're working with like a 110 lens and you're doing flat stock stuff like can koozies or I don't know, pens, like pens are super popular with the Index as like an example, but you could do really anything, coasters, whatever. But if you're doing flat stuff and you can fit everything under a 110 lens, then you don't need to worry about it. Just stick it on the bed. The other benefit that's not really discussed a lot from what I've seen too, the base is actually smaller on the new unit too. So one of the problems I had with the bigger unit, and when I do kind of a bigger overview video where I discuss my thoughts on the bigger one, the hole spacing is good for larger beds or beds with certain numbers of columns and rows, because hole spacing is pretty typical to either 25 or 50 millimeter on center. But some manufacturers use laser beds that have like one less row and column and they're centered. So like you can only line up like 2 bolts basically sometimes. Whereas like on a more standard, I would call it a more standard or a larger bed, you don't have a problem with this. I think this one will have a much easier time with that. So this will probably be more universally mountable with less problems. And the other nice thing is because it doesn't extend out as far, because it doesn't have as much throw in max travel, you're also going to get a lot less weight leverage on the tip here, where you have tip potential to tip the entire tower and bed off of your table, essentially, if you have a ton of weight on these. So just a couple considerations, but yeah, there's my thoughts. I think it'll be cool. And it's great for people who just are really lacking in space. I kind of wish I had one, just to save on travel space. It would make my shop setup a little bit easier, because I'm trying to set it up to be compatible with all of the machines. But
I mean, hey, you could always write Ben and ask him if you can do a swapsies.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
I will say the quality of the first one he came out with was pretty top notch. So if the 710 is anything like the first one, I think it'll be a good buy.
I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't be.
No. If you're in the I think it's in Texas, is the Next Level Laser Conference is this weekend, right? With the guys, they were actually on the show last year. If you go and check out,
I can't believe it's happening again already. We should have had them back on to talk about it again. That went fast.
Yeah. It just kind of snuck by, you know. Well, if you're out there, go check out the guys. They have a booth that they're showing it off at. So if you want to check it out in person and you're in the area there, I guess there's your opportunity. I think it's Grapevine, Texas. So
that is not close enough for me to salter over, but
no, you'd be better off coming here.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that's what I had planned. I do have questions. I was going to pull up one that was on YouTube about jigs since we were talking about it, but it looks like Kyle already got to that one. So I'm going to dig into our media assets and see if
we can still talk about it if you have it up.
Do you know the one that I'm talking about?
No clue.
It was something about like, can you take the disc jigs that rotate with the
ball? Is this with the bolt?
Yeah, and use like a bolt instead. Yeah.
So the question was, instead of cutting out like the chuck holes where the chuck fits through like a like a 3-prong holder. Instead of doing that, cut out a hole in the center, send a bolt through it and some washers and just crank it down with a nut. If you could chuck that into a chuck and use that to mount and rotate it instead. And my answer to that was you could absolutely, in theory, it hits all the same points you would want to do. My concern is for one, you get less purchase on it. And by purchase, I mean less grip, right? Because you're trying to mount your chuck onto the ends of threads, not even like a flat point. So you get less surface grip, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And the other problem with that is if you're not very careful with your hole cut and getting it to size and perfectly center, the nut may have some slop in the hole and you may not rotate on the center axis perfectly. Which, as we saw in the live stream when I did my first prototype on that live, if you don't get the hole center, it's kind of a little bit problematic with alignment and everything after the first one.
Yeah, because it starts to look like a spiralizer.
Yeah, it wanders. So like as you rotate, the next alignment and the alignment after that and the alignment after that will be offset instead of being lined up. Yeah.
Rhiannon just sent me this.
Yeah, because we were talking about it earlier.
Because we were talking.
Made a reel about it.
She made a reel about how she didn't mess it up. It was like that, and she fixed it. So she really wants you guys to know. So here's the reel here. So is that the UV?
Some initials. Yes.
Yeah. Does it show like you mounting it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
At the end.
Oh, you cut it on the UV too. Classy. Yep.
Oh yeah.
There it is. So under that just was like super buffed out. You can see like a tiny little bit of it at the edge.
Yeah, there were already initials on it, and then she was like, "I don't know what you can do, but can you remove the initials and like engrave new initials?" And we were like, "We can try," and we tried, and it looked bad.
It did not go well. Yeah, you've been busy. You do like all of the shop work now, which is sucks for you.
That was a nice solution to the problem, though.
Yeah, it was.
I think Alex came up with that one. Sure. But
yeah, good stuff. Yeah. I mean, I just pulled that out of my ass. You actually pulled it off. So
fair.
Life gave you lemons, and you made orangeade.
Orangeade.
It works.
I do. Yeah.
It was a solution.
Just catching up on chat here really quick too. Cheryl says, "Wow, great job, Rhiannon."
Thanks.
Let's see. Where's my button? There it is. I'm just gonna pick one randomly. Let's see. Hey, says All for Neo 61. It took me a second to see the gaps in the words. Any chance if the USB key can be bypassed on a compact Elite Plus laser? I just picked one up for cheap because they didn't get the key with it at auction. Can I load different software on it? Do you know what this laser is, Kyle? Have you ever heard of this? An Elite Plus, a compact Elite Plus laser?
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm going to look too because I'm curious.
I like how it's just like hiding me.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can peek over. It's like Home Improvement. Compact Elite Plus laser. Phytech. I'll share my screen again.
It is a fiber laser.
Yes, I see that. The flatbed, right? Are we looking at the same thing?
No. What you're looking at is not the compact series.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can share with us.
I will.
Kyle really likes just looking for and finding new lasers. So I always save these kind of questions for when we're on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
I like
that.
seeing what's out there and knowing so I can suggest stuff if it is the right fit for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So it obviously, I mean, compact in quotes, right?
Right.
This doesn't look very compact, but maybe do a big flatbed laser like they sell. It could be. I don't see any mention of the software or control card that they use. So my answer to this would be a big ol' fat asterisk. You're gonna have to like open this up. It looks like there's some pretty nice panels on here. Just a couple screws pop off one side panel, and look for branding on the control card. It could be a cyclone board. It could be something custom that they had whipped up with custom software, in which case you might be, stuck without doing some modifications. But if it's an EasyCAD 2 control card, some of those did come with a USB, not as a method of operating it, but just as a copy of the software, in which case that's replaceable. And you could also probably go with LightBurn if it's not a software controlled tower. If it's EasyCAD 3, then you're kind of stuck, and maybe you could check out Alex's video on downgrading to an EasyCAD 2 board so that you can use LightBurn. Because the problem with EasyCAD 3 is you're going to pay out the nose for a new key, which is required because it is it's a hardware key for the license.
Yeah.
So you need that to even allow the software to operate. It's just how it works.
You know what I'd be interested. I mean, I think that the best thing to do if I was in this situation is just connect it to LightBurn. Yeah, it might just work. Yeah, could just work. They support a couple different Galvo controllers now. It might just kick in.
Most of them are based on EasyCAD 2 or CCAD or similar related control cards that were custom spin-offs of similar software. But you might get lucky. In a worst case scenario, you might be able to take some cues from Alex's EasyCAD 3 downgrade video and put together a little downgrade kit of your own to kind of get this up and running and get the kind of the ease and comforts of LightBurn with that unit.
Yeah, I mean, a Galvo laser is a Galvo laser. If you get the pinout for the controller that's in it, even if you don't recognize it, if you can find the manual for that controller once you know what it is, they usually include pinouts. And then once you know what wire does what, it's just a soldering game. You get a DB25 or a DB15 or whatever, and you just putting wires on the right pins. So it's doable. It's not impossibly difficult to finish a fix like that, but it's going to be a task. So I would still just start by downloading the free trial of LightBurn and just see if it picks it up, because it can save you a lot of headache.
If you're doing it on work time, which hopefully you are, they're paying you to become an expert at that point. So it's an investment. And unfortunately, when you buy stuff at auction, sometimes it comes with extra unknown costs, and that's one of them.
Yep. Bunny was asking if the Elite Plus was an EasyCAD 2 or EasyCAD 3. We don't know. It certainly looks like a Chinese machine in an American box. So just judging from the, what we can obviously see from the outside, but
yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and delete that one because we did it. Bye, Rhiannon. Starting a project with galvanized steel. What's the best way to engrave it? Working with a 30-watt Epilogue CO2 or fiber laser. I saved this one for you too, Kyle, because I knew you'd have strong feelings about it.
Oh boy, galvanized steel, my favorite.
Yeah.
Do you have that on the material guide?
I don't think so, dude. I probably should. That's a bad one.
Add that to the task list.
What is
When
that
you
like?
engrave galvanized materials,
Ozone.
I don't remember what it gives off, but it's icky stuff. I looked it up 3 years ago, and then I just didn't bother messing with it. Here, I'll share my screen again while we're at it. It's not on there now, but I guarantee you it will be at some point. Here I am at lasereverything.net, and we got all these cool things that Alex worked hard to make look pretty and streamlined, and to make easy for us all. And we're going to go to the Make Army one because that's where the community tools, services, and latest projects are. I'm going to click on that. And over here under Laser Everything, it says Material Safety. And I'm going to click on that. And we got all these wonderful things that expand down. I'm going to click on rubbers because it sounds funny, just as an example. And this is how this works. You see the thing you want to mark. And you also might find some common names for it. And you click on it, and it tells you what it gives off. And it also has a status. So, for example, vulcanized rubber is dangerous. And that's what they make hockey pucks out of, and tires, and stuff like that. But that's kind of irrelevant to this question. So, the galvanized metals give off... oh, here we go. Thanks, Clack Shack.
Yeah,
Zinc oxide fumes.
I'm reading about it.
Unideal stuff. I wouldn't suggest marking it unless you absolutely had to. And if you have to, you need to make sure that your exhaust and filtration is up to the task and not just dumping the crap back into your shop or into somebody else's face.
Do it outside.
So
a lot of what I've read is like a solid alternative is just like Brilliance laser inks or something similar.
Yeah.
If you really want to do galvanized, you can just get that bond and get that nice black and call it a day without actually ablating that material.
Yeah. Michael is saying hydrosulfuric gas or hydrochloride gas. Whatever it is, it's not good for you.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Seeing that one. I'm seeing a lot about the zinc though, and metal fume fever, which is nasty.
So here's what I would suggest: if you have to do it, maybe do it without ablating it. You could do something like maybe a happy medium, where you're using like a marking spray.
Have you done a Z mark on galvanized? I've never even tried. Now I kind of want to try.
No, because I don't know how much chromium there is. I don't know how it would react anyway, and it would still kind of burn up the surface a bit more than I would want.
I want to know. I'm gonna try it.
Science. Do this thing we're not telling you to do.
Have you seen laser?
It's kind of our deal. It's what we do.
Lasered is literally just like 5 90-minute episodes of me and Kyle setting PVC on fire. So
no, some of it was ABS.
Hey.
So what I would suggest as a real suggestion here, what I would do is go on Amazon, get yourself some Brilliance laser ink or some Surmark, or the OMTech has a version of their own. It all has the same active ingredient. And essentially what you do is you spray it on, it dries. It's kind of like suspended titanium dioxide in alcohol, kind of.
That's what it is.
And when it gets onto the metal, it dries in like a minute. And it's like spray paint, but it washes off with water when you're done. Yep. And you put it in the laser, and the laser activates it through heat, and it turns the surface of the metal black. There's also like a copper red tone that you can get if you're into that kind of thing. But anyways, the point is you're essentially heat activating something onto the surface without actually marking or burning it. I think that would be a far safer option. And then what you do is you take it out and rinse it under some water, and it's gone. It takes like 8 seconds. And you can do that in the CO2. Do not spray the stuff in your CO2, because if you get it on the lens and then the laser beam activates it, you just burned a lens. So yeah, but it doesn't take much.
Chris is saying, look, Rhiannon, I found a way to keep you alive.
Nice.
Chris is saying you're not even supposed to weld over the zinc galvanizing. It needs to be ground off. It's very poisonous.
There you go.
And
Yep.
I saw too that zinc galvanizing isn't always just zinc. A lot of times there's lead and tin in galvanizing, in the galvanizing process too. And then you create those oxides when you're burning it off. So just all around a bad thing.
Vaporized lead sounds tasty for the
as Jack says, nothing like heavy metal poisoning in the morning. So,
yeah.
Perhaps
yeah, please don't mark it with the fiber. I'll just blanket statement. Just go ahead and use the marking spray and do it carefully. And
that's one we actually talk about like off air a lot. And I am kind of surprised that I didn't get it on the first round of material safety stuff. So
I'm gonna write you a note as a reminder.
Yeah, put it on deck. I'm not gonna see a note. Rhiannon's laughing because she fucking organizes the deck. Yep. She's just like, I'm gonna do it.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Ugh, good
Kyle,
shit.
send me a note.
Yeah, that's the way you do it.
The smart.
You gotta go around me.
Yeah.
To get to me. All right, galvanized steel. Goodbye.
That was a good question. Provoked some good thought there.
Here's an easy one. I just came across your channel. I do have a question. I inherited my brother's fiber laser after he passed away. So sorry. How do I identify what kind of laser it is? I think it might be a 30 watt, but I really have no way of telling. It was used for engraving pew-pew parts. Thanks for any information you can pass along my way. So I'm reading this one out because we kind of covered it already tonight, but all you got to do is open it up. You got to just open it up. Most modern laser sources have a shiny little reflective, like holographic sticker from the manufacturer that says exactly what it is. And if you don't understand what's written on the label, you can check that against the laser source database, which we haven't talked about in a while. I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a laser source database. Is anybody prepared to show that right now? Probably not.
No, I'm in deck.
I can do it.
I don't think I can.
No,
Maybe
you can't. You have a peasant account.
Yeah.
Not conveniently anyway.
And yes, by the way, there is a new website. I saw Bunny was very surprised that we had a new website. I'm pretty proud of it. I worked pretty hard on it. So I tried to just make it super easy. You hover over a tile, it tells you what you're clicking. Some of them take you to static pages. Some of them take you to other sites. Some of them take you to more menus like this one, where you can find out how you can support us over at the Laser Master Academy. It's pretty cool. But the one that we're looking for is the Make Army tab. So we'll click that, which brings you to the Make Army menu. And then we're going to look at our databases over here. And we're just going to give the Laser Source DB a little click. So once you have that little sticker and you're looking at that little sticker on the Laser Source, you can compare that or even search it against all of these model numbers here. And this will tell you exactly what you have. It'll tell you the wattage. It'll tell you the frequency range. If it has adjustable pulse width, it'll give you that range. It'll give you the voltage of your power supply that's required to operate it. And if you click any of these, there's a ton more information in here too that doesn't make the first cut, like the type of cooling it has or the size that it takes up. So there's a ton of information available here for you guys to be able to kind of make that discovery. So really, you just have to take the first step. We have all of the other information organized and ready to find here. You guys just have to reach out and grab it once you know what the model number of your source is. So I'll go ahead and just make that my answer. I don't think there's any other viable way, right? That's the only way to really discover what laser source you have. So
the only way to know is to know.
Right. This one, how much would this machine cost? So this was done on my 30 watt Mactron fiber laser, which when I got it was like $6,000, maybe $5,000. but that is just not the case anymore. But what do you think a 30-watt LP source goes for these days?
It should go for less than the M7 MOPA equivalent, but because of the demand for M7 sources and bulk purchasing, honestly, it might be more expensive depending on where you get it.
Well, I'm going to go to AliExpress real quick, and let's just get a vibe for...
Are you just talking about a loose source, or?
Yeah, I just want to see what the source costs, because that's usually a pretty good indicator.
Wavetop sign. Yeah.
Wavetop sign, baby. That's the way to do it. If you ever want to know what a part should cost, go to Wavetop sign, because they've been the most consistent.
It's a good sanity check.
It's a great sanity check. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go to the official store here. If I can get it to load. There we go. And we're going to take a look at their products. We're going to come down here to not fiber cutting, not fiber laser welding. Here, laser marking parts, fiber laser source. Let's give that a click. And we want the LP sources. This is 20 to 100 watt MOPA. That's not what we want. Here we go. JPT LP Plus series. Perfect. And if we take a look at the 30 watt LP, it's going for $1,600. So that's just the source. You're also paying for the bed, the tower, the laser path, the power supplies, the controller card, which is at least $500 at least, that you'll have to factor that in. So if you are getting a real JPT LP source that's 30 watts, I would probably expect to pay around $2,500, maybe base price, $3,000 to $3,500 shipped if you're getting it from overseas. Generalization, but that's where you should be about. I'd say a little more than double the price of the source is probably fair. So that's what it would cost right now. What's that?
It was the question just like a what is this going
literally to cost? The guy was asking me, what does this machine cost?
Yeah.
On the video where I was doing the photos on silver.
Okay.
Yeah, which I saved because I wanted to make this point. I wanted to
honestly, it's still a great machine too. Even years later, that's more than enough for somebody to build a business on even today.
Yep. The 30
you see a lot of 50, 60, 100 watt units floating around now, but you need the right use case to get the most out of a higher wattage machine sometimes.
I feel like it's the most common laser we use for like shop jobs. Yeah.
What?
Jobs in the shop. Like, I feel like we use the fiber the most.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying a 30 watt. I was like, ours is 80, but close.
No. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, no, the fiber for sure is the go-to. Definitely. The UV's been picking up, though. Been picking up.
I like the UV the most.
I know.
I feel like we use it for videos the most.
I am the most frightened of the UV.
Yeah.
Personally, I find that
I
laser
love the UV.
I love it too. It's the most fun. It does the best work, but I am scared around it. I do not like. I haven't grown like comfortable with it the way I have with the IR lasers. I'm still very much like on guard the entire time I'm around it.
I think I'm just as maybe even a little more comfortable with it, and I probably shouldn't be, but
no. Yeah, that sounds bad. That makes me nervous.
Laura's got a question.
Okay.
Hit us with it. We need it.
I'm hitting it.
No, she needs to hit it.
She
got to type it up.
Oh, she just said, I have a question. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Guys,
when you have a
question.
When you have it ready for us, we'll cover it for you.
Cheryl says I'm way more comfortable with my UV than my fiber. That's crazy. You people are weirdos. Your UV is fucking leagues more dangerous. It's not even close.
I love the UV though.
I know. I love it too. This isn't an argument about whether or not I love it. It's an argument about how fucking dangerous it is.
What I'd really like to do though is a side-by-side comparison with the 10 watt versus my 5 watt.
Bunny says just enclose all your lasers. No reason to be comfortable lasering next to them. I can't do that. There are at least once a month we get some shit that wouldn't fit in an enclosure. It's just having those split style lasers and having them all next to each other on a big table where we can lay stuff out and just organize it under the actual laser head that it needs to be under. I can't imagine not having that access. Like if that other one that we were looking at, I don't even remember the name of that had to do with that YouTube question. If we had to like use that with like the 3-side like shield that came all the way down constantly, that would drive me nuts, dude.
Yeah. We just got that fantasy football belt and I had to like put it across all 3.
Yeah, that would have been.
If you had something like an IndexX too, like even the small one, it doesn't matter how small it is, it's never going to fit inside of a standard enclosure when you're using it. You would literally slam the inside of it against the inside of the enclosure and probably break something.
I don't know what you're doing these days, Kyle, but Rhiannon and I have been rocking the lasered goggles, the like actual lab goggle, like laser goggles from No IR.
I think we were using the glasses and then they all broke.
They all broke. I broke every single pair, which sucked because I love the visibility of those. Yeah. You could see like out the sides and stuff. It was so nice. But the goggles, man, you just
I still use my standard goggles. Well, not goggles, they're glasses. But I typically use a cardboard surround. If it's going to be something that's on the laser for more than a minute or two. If I'm swapping stuff out, I don't bother setting that up. I cover my face properly.
Rhiannon and I do have the door that we use a lot.
Yeah,
Maxtron has like the
it's like the 3-sided
I think we did that for
tripod.
I don't know, some project where we had to do like 50 or 100 or something. Maybe it was, I don't know, a lot more of them. And so we put the little door up.
Yeah, we were trying to like do other things in the room.
Yeah.
And we just you couldn't. It was just there's too much reflection happening. And so we put the little door on. That little door thing rocks. Two of its 3 sides are like solid metal and the window on it's really small. So it definitely feels pretty safe.
Yeah. So Directed Tech says Tika Laser just released an enclosure that has feed-through ports on the sides for the Index.
Sweet.
I like that, but it's not a solve-all, and it's still not perfectly safe for your eyes. So the problem with that is
you stop wearing glasses around it.
Yeah, if you stop wearing glasses, it's an extra layer of safety. I wouldn't say it's a total level of safety.
Yeah.
It's not an opaque wall between you and the thing being engraved with no holes. So the problem is reflections. So even low power reflections off of a piece of metal, for example, could be enough to cause some lasting damage in your eye. It doesn't have to be a direct bounce off of what you're engraving.
Yeah.
So if there's like a pass through and you're engraving something and it happens to catch a reflection and go through that port, if you have a dog standing next to it, you can blind your dog.
Yeah, and there's cumulative damage too. It's not all instant. There's just exposure to
over 5 years of engraving or whatever.
It's not good for your eyes.
Or 10 years down the line, you end up with cataracts early or something. Whatever.
Yeah. But last question for the night. Laura's asking, is there a trick to getting on Discord? It asks me to pick a channel or something. Generally, you'll want to click the invite link, and then you should be able to just hop in. I don't remember it being particularly difficult, though. It's been a minute since I've done it.
When you first join, like when you first make an account, it's going to prompt you to join something because you don't have a server. Think of it like it's like having a phone with nobody in your contact book.
Yeah.
It's going to ask you to add somebody so you can call them. So if you go into the description of the video or the live stream, if you click on the link to where it's labeled for Discord or where Alex is showing, it's going to pull up a little web page. If you're not logged into the website, because there's an app and then there's the website, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they bring you to the same place. If you're not logged in, it's going to prompt you to join. And so when Alex clicked on it, it brought us to the join page on our server. and that's where you'll see it up on the top left. There's the little laser everything icon. So that is like the label for our server on the left there, the little yellow. So that'll show up in your little list on the left. And then when you click on that, you can see all the little channels and chat areas and the support forums. And there's the coin challenge. Shout out Anthony.
Yep.
And actually, if you scroll all the way down, you can go to the archive and look back at stuff that was chatted about 3-4 years ago, even. Yep. When Discord at least was in its infancy, right? Yep. So there's all that knowledge all bundled up still here on the Discord.
Yep, and it's very active. You can enter any channel by just clicking it. So if you click random chat, it'll take you to random chat. Hey, look, there's Bunny. So you can literally just click any of these channels and see what people are chatting about. I think we have the most active laser engraving Discord server in the world. So there's always something new going on. There's always people that have questions that you can help answer. There's always chats going on about all these different kinds of lasers. You can also get, if you don't mute these, and I don't blame you if you do, I make a lot of announcements, but you can also get pinged every time we drop a new episode or do something like a new live stream or add a new functionality to the website. All that stuff gets announced here as well. So if you're not on the Discord, like, I don't know what you're doing with your life. We'll make sure that we get you on, Laura, so that you can enjoy the Discord with everybody else, because it really is awesome.
It's a great little place to grab info and chat and shoot a quick question or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, last question, and then we're going. Crystal Ziggy said, "Oh, any tips for keeping the AC Infinity fans clean? I cut plywood with the CO2. She gets dirty quick. Any magic sprays to help reduce the buildup?" I don't know about sprays, but the ones that I've worked with, the AC Infinity fans, I'm assuming you're talking about like inline duct fans and not like centrifugal fans, because that would be way more difficult. But the inline duct fans, you usually have 2 reducers on either end and then the larger center body. And if you take the collars off, you can pull the reducers away, and it's literally just the casing around the fan then. And that makes it super easy to clean the fan. So you can actually get in there and like wipe the fan blades out, which is generally what I do to keep mine clean. Do you do anything different, Kyle?
I missed what you said.
I was just talking about how you can take the collars off of the reducers on AC Infinity fans.
Oh,
and they'll actually separate away so that you can directly access the blades and clean them off.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I do. With my centrifugal fan, it's not really that simple because it's a metal enclosure that's not meant to separate. It's like pressed on, I think. So I kind of have to like reach in. But I kind of do the same thing. Just as good as I can without cutting my hand up.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, like, it's an expense, and then you get new fans. Yeah, I've definitely done it multiple times. It's not like I'm not running the inline fans that I ran when I opened. You know, I'm pretty sure I've replaced all of them, and some of them have been replaced more than once. I'll do my best to keep them clean just to give them a little more longevity, but it's not a permanent fixture in my shop by any means. It's definitely a part that I buy a new one of when I need to. So, that's my feedback about that.
I think we have one last one I feel bad missing.
Okay.
Michael says, Kyle, have you seen the new Vertigo vertical laser engraver for cylindrical engraving? There's a Kickstarter for it. I have not. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I don't know if you have.
I've heard nothing about this, but we could research and talk about it next week.
Yeah, that'll be a next week thing.
Okay.
I will look into it tonight, though.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first thing I want to do as we close the show tonight is apologize to Rhiannon, because 5 minutes before I texted you begging you to come on, Kyle said, "I'm not going to be very talkative tonight. I just don't feel super well," and then had one of his most talkative episodes he's had in months. So just
fine. I chatted.
Yeah, you did.
I learned information.
We love having you.
I think the people were glad that you're here. It's nice to get to hear you talk when, you know, you just are doing like normal video presentations and like reading
Right.
scripts. There's a
That's fair.
person behind the script.
Ooh.
Ooh. Kyle, thanks for suffering through tonight and being here with me too. I appreciate you,
It
man.
was the highlight of my day.
I somehow don't doubt that. That's probably accurate. Let's see what else. Oh, if you guys like Emergency Stop, there's a new episode coming out. Rhiannon was there for that too. It's
Look at me.
it's something. It's a time. So you'll see that when I'm slightly less busy and actually have time to edit through it. I think that's all I've got, guys. Go watch Rhiannon's new episode on travel accessories. It's dropping tomorrow. Get excited about it. Share it with your friends. And link to the Discord down in the description. Again, if you're not there, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you guys get on that. Am I missing anything? Link to Kyle's Etsy shop down in the description. Hit that up. Support Kyle.
Nice.
Hashtag support Kyle.
If you have any questions or we missed your question tonight, leave it in the comments section. We'll hit it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, while you're down there, or join the Discord. While you're down there, I want all of you guys to look at the very funny thumbnail that I made for tonight's live stream because I think it's fucking hilarious. And I want you to leave me a comment after you smash the like button and tell me how fucking hilarious my thumbnail is. Because I know it's really funny, but I want to see the comment that says it's funny so I can go through and like the list. So that's your homework. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I need to go get my daughter out of bed. Thank you guys for being here, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.